All right, tell your story. Go ahead.
Shaking. I don't know if it's because it was cold or like the adrenaline rush, but
Yeah, but you got to tell your story now while it's still fresh.
Okay. I just went to Tim Hortons to pick up some coffees for Brad and I've just ordered our coffees and I'm like, hold on a second, to the nice lady taking my order. I've just been rear-ended. And she's like, oh my gosh. And I get out, this dude has just bumped into my car, probably going like 5 kilometers an hour. And our van has like a plastic kind of bumper, not the painted kind. So I look and I can't even see where I think our kid's bike has made more damage on the back of the bumper than this guy's car. But I look at his car and it's all scratched to crap at the front. And I'm like, there's some damage to your car? And he's like, no, that's from a concrete fence that I hit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he like gets out of his car, drops his phone as he gets out of the car. And he's like, oh, my phone. Oh, look, there's no damage. I mean, clearly, like, there's nothing. We don't even need to do anything. And I was like, yeah, you're right. There's none. Okay. And then I'm looking at him, though. And the more I'm looking at him, the more I'm getting this, like, this vibe, this feeling, like, heavy in my chest that, like, this dude is high. His eyes are dark. I mean, he had brown eyes, but they were really dark. And I'm thinking, his eyes look high. And then I look over at his windshield wiper, and there's a parking ticket stuck in it, like a bright yellow one, the one that you don't drive around with, right? And he's telling me that he's from the city, and which for us is like 2 hours away, and he's like, I'm really late, and I'm really stressed, I'm just stressed today. And I'm like, dude, you got a parking ticket in your windshield wiper. He's like, yeah, I know, it's crazy. And then his phone is still on the ground, and he's getting back in his car. I'm like, you're gonna watch out. And he almost stepped on his phone. And then he's like stumbling around as he goes to pick it up. I'm like, that guy is definitely high. He just bumped into my car because he's high. He's driving around with a freaking ticket in his windshield wipers because he's high. Like, his eyes, putting it all together, I just felt like, even though I'm not going to report it as an accident, I can't let this guy just drive away. What if he's not high, it's a horrible inconvenience. But if he is, he could drive into some mother with her children and kill them all, or, you know, an entire family. You never know what can happen when someone drives high. The worst case is he just bumped into the back of my car and caused 0 damage. You know, that's not the best case. The worst case is he goes and kills someone or himself. So I'm not going to let him drive away. I can't, in good conscience, just take his license plate number and call the police and be like, oh, I'm fine, you know, wash my hands of it. So I get up to the drive-thru window and I'm like, the guy behind me is totally high. He just bumped into me. There's no damage, but I really think he's high. Can I just like sit here and stop him from going while I call the police? And she's like, well, I don't think that we can do that. And like, do you want me to like tell him when he comes through? Because he was buying coffee. And I'm like, no, don't tell him, because then he'll just drive off. So I was like, I'll just like stop him at the end of the drive-thru. Which is what I did. Clearly, Tim's was no help in that situation. So I don't blame them. They're just like 16-year-olds at work, and they're like, I don't know, I can't like stop the whole drive-thru for this guy. And so I get to the drive-thru end, and I just stop the car, stopping him from, because I don't know if this guy's gonna try and hop the curb and just like tear out of there. He was in a little Sunfire, so wouldn't have got far, but still, I didn't want to do anything stupid. So I get out, and I've called 911 at this point. And I'm on the phone with 911 with the police, and I'm like, I think this guy is high behind me, he's driving erratically, he bumped into me, and, you know, tell them the whole story. And they're like, we just need his license plate number, just get the way that he was behind me, I couldn't see it. So I'm like, should I get out? Should I get out and get his license plate number? I've pinned him with my car right now, should I get out? And the guy's like, we need that license plate number. He took my cell phone number and my name first. I suppose if I get shot or killed or something. But he still needs that license plate number, so I got out. The dude is getting out at this point because he's like, what the hell is she doing? I thought I got away clear. And so he's like, are we okay? Do you want to take a picture of my license plate number? And I'm like, I'm still on 911. And I had it on speaker so he could hear the cop's voice, but he didn't know it was a cop. And I give him the license plate number and everything. And then I'm like, dude, I think you really need to talk to someone. Can we go over there for a minute and like just pull it out of the way so other people can get through? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, I got him. Like, he's not gonna drive away. So we pull around to like the dumpster area, and I get out and he's like, what's the matter? Like, who were you on the phone with? And I was like, I just called 911 and I think you're high and I don't think you should go anywhere until you talk to someone. And he's like, what? You think I'm high? And I was like, yeah, you know, listed all the things that I saw that made me think he was high. I'm like, dude, your eyes, you look high. And then you're stumbling around and, you know, you dropped your phone. And he's like, of course I did. We just got in an accident. You know what I was doing? You know what I was doing? I was just sitting there counting my change. That's what I was doing. And I'm like, dude, I don't know that. You're driving erratically as far as I know. What would you do if it was a stranger that you don't know, you can't trust, and they look high? Right? I can't just let you go drive. What if you kill someone? If you're not high, I said, it's an inconvenience. But if you are, this has to be done. Either way, this is happening. They're on their way. And then he tells me that he thought it was me calling my husband to beat the crap out of him. And he's trying to make small talk. But like, I've been around people who are high. They can make small talk when they're high. Like, I've been around people, they don't even look high. Meanwhile, I know that they're high because I just saw them smoke up. So part of me feels bad because if he wasn't high, he now has to defend himself against being high, which is hard to do. It's not like you can just breathe on something and be like, see, I'm fine. Like when you're drinking, it's a whole different story trying to prove that you're not high when you're driving. But there was just too many indicators for me right away that said, this is wrong, this is bad. And so I couldn't just not follow through with them. So if I was wrong, then I put that guy out and I hope he doesn't get charged with something that he didn't actually do. But if I was right, then I saved a life. At least his, maybe others. Oh, God, I'm still shaking from it.